what's coming in for your love life in 2024. This reading is going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, we're not just going glitter and unicorns and we're all going to fly off into the sunset. This is real, realistic, the shadow side, what to aim for, what to manifest, and how to make the most of what is coming in for you. Okay, we've got 2024 is the kind of year, as we tilt from 2023 to 2024, we're going to be feeling the need to banish the shadow side of our love life. Whether that's someone who is no longer measuring up for us, whether that is a pattern or a habit that we've had for the last God knows how many years, this is a time when we are looking to the light, okay, in our love life. We're looking to honour ourselves, and this reading will give you all the information about that. In a minute, you're going to look down. There will be 3 decks of cards, okay? Get yourself into a good mindset. Take a deep breath, have a nag on your bar of chocolate, take a sip of tea, whatever it takes for you to be in a calm space, okay? We have a ring, first of all, on one. We have a spoon on the other. And we have a little crystal bottle on the other. So, are you ready? We're going to look down, we're going to choose a deck, and then go to the timestamps, and you will find your particular deck of cards there. Okay, let's go. Righto. You will be drawn to one of these. If you need to freeze frame it, that's fine. You may find, weirdly, you're drawn to 1 or 2 at the same time, okay? You can watch both videos, it doesn't make any difference, but just let this sit with you for a minute and one will kind of bob up to the surface. Once you've done that, go to the timestamps and I will see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, you chose the ring. This big bad boy, this chunky, actually it's not the biggest because I can put it onto my finger and my hands are quite small, but it's ornate, isn't it? So whatever drew you to this, you are the crowd that chose the ring. Sounds a little bit like Lord of the Rings, doesn't it? Now I'm going to put your cards out first. I'm going to look face down at the cards with the camera in a minute. Woof. Okay. Ooh, very nice. Okay, so we're looking at the energies of 2024. We're looking at how we turn a corner on 2023, and I can kind of see that already. And I'm going to start with your shadow card. Okay. Now, because of YouTube, I'm just going to have to cover a couple of bits up. It's so ridiculous, but it's the way things are these days. Your shadow card, which has a man and a woman with not many clothes on, is the moon. Okay? So this is the shadow of your love life. What is the kind of empty pocket that is always with you? There's some kind of illusion. When we get the moon, especially as a shadow card, we're looking at the water signs. We're looking at Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and we're also looking at things that are subliminal. They're subconscious. They're below the surface. Now, for some of you, I'm getting, there is a relationship that, and this is really weird because, really weird, this is reminding me of poaching an egg, okay? Something I'm not bad at, but often goes wrong. If you look at this, it looks like when you poach an egg and the strands of the egg, they kind of go, you put it in the water and you really pray, and you hope for the best. And sometimes the strands of egg just go like spider stuff all over the pan. You're like, that is going to be a grim poached egg. And sometimes it wraps beautifully around the egg and everything sticks together. Stick with me. I'm going somewhere with this. There is something about your love life for a long time. And for some of you, it may be connected to a particular individual, which is swirly and so difficult to catch so delicate feeling and so gentle to manage that you don't quite feel that you're able to catch it, to make it stick. There's something here, and this may have been not just in one relationship, but it may be a pattern that you've had over a few years. And it might stem from something quite early on in your life where you have had to work hard for love. Maybe with parents, maybe in family patterns. You've had to prove yourself and work hard for love. Many of you could be water signs yourself or empaths yourself, so that you are always looking to give to the other. Right, the universe has something to say about this. First of all, you get, this is an Ask Your Guide card, and you get the inner child. There is something lost in you that you are looking to find. And weirdly, there's the moon again on the back of the card. Interesting. There is something lost in you that you're looking to find. When inner child comes up, and you will know if you watch my dailies, I find the inner child thing like nauseating. I'm just like, really? Are we going to go for the inner child thing? You know, are we going to knit our own yogurt as well? I get it. But there's something in it, and that's probably why it irritates me. It might be why it irritates other people as well. So let's stick with it. There is something in your past. So if you're looking at your love life for 2024 and you don't want it to be a series of satellite people who just, ghost, disappear, turn into sparkles, but you can't quite grab them. You may have had experience, and let me know in the comments section, because I'm telling you now that I'm making this video, I can feel it resonating with people already, okay? You may have been an only child or a lonely child, okay? You may have had many siblings, but you're on your own somehow. You were different to the rest of your family. You felt different. You were different. I mean, you were different, you knew it, and so did everybody else. In your adult life, of course, this can make you really interesting to be with. And it makes you like a one-off, it makes you original, and probably makes you much more attractive. But when you're a child, all you want to do is fit in. You know in your survival mechanism that to fit in with the tribe, whoever they are, whether it's school, whether it's family, that you need to fit in to survive. You may have had crushes, quite serious crushes at school, that took you into massive flights of fantasy about you and this person. The idea of romance, the idea of escape, the feeling of limerence, the feeling of rising you up above whatever your difficult situation was and into this, okay? You also get the stars, navigation, as your oracle card. Now, your skill, or what you need to do in 2024, is learn to navigate this. It's really, really strange, okay? But that is your power. That's what it looks like. You've already sort of felt this. You already know about this. There's something very sparkly about you. There's something very ethereal about you. You are able, you may be like a magician, and I mean that in the tarot sense rather than the, what do you see and all that, rabbits out of hats and handkerchiefs down there. I'm not talking that. I'm going to saw you in half. I'm talking magician as in as above, so below. Okay? You can intuit things. It will have spooked the grown-ups when you were younger. It always does. Maybe spook the people at school as well. No one thanks you for it when you're little, but what you have never been able to do, and what 2024 is offering you in terms of your love life, which is very much linked to all of this, is that it's offering you the chance to find out where you really do shine in terms of the 5D, because you're almost like a traveller of the 5D. You're somebody who, like a warrior or like an explorer, you know, like there used to be explorers who would get in a boat and go off and discover a faraway place and it was quite treacherous. You're like that about the 5D, and then you come back and you can tell others. Okay. So everything in your power and the way that you tick and this part of you is also keying into your love life. I know, in 2024. Some of it helps and some of it you need to learn to manage. Okay? What next? You've got such amazing tarot cards. I'm just going to put them all together now and put the camera down so you can see them too. I'll be in a little box at the side. Okay, this one, I'll have to put that over the top of it because of lovely YouTube and everything. Right. Okay. Let me just put that across as well. All very technical. Your whole reading, if you even just look at it like this, it kind of looks like an explosion. It looks like an explosion. It looks like a good explosion. Can you see here? Everything looks very intergalactic and sparkly. I feel like not just in your love life, but in your entire life, you're having a glow up of vast proportions in 2024. You may switch careers and teach something to do with magic or tarot or whatever it is. Also, once you learn to harness these skills that you have, I'd say they were gifts actually. Once you learn to harness these gifts, things open up for you in your love life that could never have opened up for you before. You've always been able to have a glimpse at this, and when you've met people in your love life, you've felt, and it's almost, if you look at the ring that you chose as well, it's so intricate. There's so many, it's like filigree, okay? You know how things connect, and what you're looking for in your love life is someone else who knows the same. Someone who can meet you there. They may even have an unusual piece of jewellery. Some of you may have an unusual pendant. Okay. First of all, do the inner child work. This is not easy. Look it up on YouTube. You can't constantly be satelliting everybody and everybody satelliting you, if that makes sense. Well, you get gathering around, which is the power of community. And even this card, you know, it's a load of toadstools or mushrooms or something, but it's completely intergalactic mushrooms, isn't it? Really shiny, really, really beautiful. You may be attracted to intricate, shiny objects that are very beautiful. You may also, some of you that have chosen this one, have been attracted to the crystal bottle because of the way it's cut and its many facets. Deal with the inner child. Become more robust. Meet the inner child. Talk to the inner child. I know it's difficult. I hate it myself, but it's incredibly powerful work. So, like I said, you always feel like you hate something when it's like that. You have a couple of cup cards here as well at the bottom. Let's look at those. First of all, you've got the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is Neptunian. It's the fantasy future card. There is going to be a very fine line in 2024 between what is fantasy and what you're almost lost in a dream over, and what is real. Because what is real for you and the person who is real for you in 2024 is somebody who's almost surrounded by fairy dust. All of this kind of stuff. It's where you meet somebody who matches your starscape. You may have had relationships where it fell short, where you just didn't feel got by this person, even though you probably got them and you probably brought them a lot of insight. They may not have brought that to you. So this is, I suppose, a bit of a warning card. The Seven of Cups is gorgeous. Of course, it looks lovely. It's very tempting. It's up in the air. It's all laid out in front of you. You want to be near it. What's going to tether you is this. You get the Ace of Cups. Now, for a start, this is a gorgeous card to get, isn't it? I mean, who doesn't want to get the Ace of Cups in a what's coming in for you in your love life in 2024 reading? It's beautiful, but it's also self-love. The more you step up and love yourself, including that self, the bigger the power that grows around you and the stronger the magnetism, okay? But more importantly, you will attract the kind of love that flows between the cracks, that gets over the edges, and that goes up to the veil. This is a person for you. Because you are like this, you do need somebody who is emotionally sensitive, but at the same time incredibly grounding. Because you are never going to be that grounded person that's always got their feet on the ground. It isn't for you. It's not what you're about. Okay? You may be able to manage it for like small amounts of time, but it's not where you shine. The person in 2024 will combine. If we look here where we've got the Chariot, okay, two horses seemingly want to go in different directions. But actually, this contrast works really well. You and the person who is best fit for you in 2024 is, you're like these two horses. You're both going in the same direction, but you're completely different in what you're seeing, what you emit, and the way that you go about it. You're definitely chalk and cheese. You are the soft one, the feminine energy one, the one who can see things, the one who sees through things, the one who sees through people, almost high priestess-like energy there. You may have had instances, maybe in childhood, or you still have, where you knew things before they happened. You know, you've got clairvoyance of some kind. It's normal to you, but it's not normal to everybody else. But this person loves this in you. We've got here the Ace of Pentacles. There is nothing better than when you get the Ace of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles. So a woohoo for that. Because the Ace of Cups, as you can see, it's quite swirly still. It's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It's the whole kind of subliminal woohoo, you know, love stuff going around. You're doing self-love. You're letting it spill out. It's esoteric. The Ace of Pentacles grounds it. This is you. This is your person. They don't have the same ability. You're almost in the realms of whatever. I mean, I don't even really know what astral travel is, but you're almost in the realms of being able to do it, or you can just do it. And if you can, please, 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 please leave me a comment, because I don't normally talk about that. So that's definitely, oh, there's a card under there. So that's definitely channeled for you. So tell me about it. Tell me about it in the comments. I read all my comments. This person wants to offer you stability. Wants to offer you this nucleus of stability where you can flit around. Some people will think that you just flit around. okay? But you're actually, I don't even know if satelliting it is a word, but you're going around and around this orbit. And this person stays the same. I love that for you. You need to look out for that. You need to look out for someone who tethers you, because they're coming and they have your knowledge, but it's quieter. It's like if it was on a volume, they're on volume 2 and you're on 11. But you don't need to turn yours down. You know, just keep meeting them back up there. Okay, then we have this beautiful Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups rides straight into the Ace of Pentacles. That is the gift of stability. It's the gift of sticking around. It's the gift of somebody who knows how to deal with you and you know how to deal with them. There is an exchange. There's a reciprocity. You are not equal in that way. You don't have to be. What you love and what you do is very, very different. We then also have here the Justice card. You have had some injustices in relationships, literally. In your life, you've had the kind of injustices where people have betrayed and lied to you, perhaps when you needed them most. There's some kind of vindication, some kind of karma coming in 2024. This is a person you can trust. And you can trust what they tell you, and you can trust them with your own secrets. They're a very private person, but they're on your side. You're like an army of two. That is channeled. I love that. I've never said that and I've never heard it before. I love it. Okay. You get intentionality. Again, very, very sparkly, very, very... Everything's circular in this. These circles and the satellites and the way that this is going. Sparkly, you have intentionality. This is about you setting your stall out to manifest this. Whether it's with someone you're already connected to or a new person altogether. This is how you become intentional. You do the work of closing this abyss that somebody has left. While there's an abyss, you're going to be stuck in the Seven of Cups energy. Remember, the Moon card is your shadow card. You don't want to end up stuck in that energy. Gathering around the power of community, find other people like yourself. Probably online, I would have thought, because I feel like there's something very serendipitous about you being online. Watching this video even, watching other videos, watching, reading, finding. Online likes you because it feels like all these satellites. Now this is very interesting. For your love cards, you get the Garden. And this is really, really interesting because you also get, and I've got to cover these up a bit as well, the Gardener. Now, to get the Garden and the Gardener in a well shuffled pack is very interesting. The person who you're looking at in 2024, or that they may even be a gardener, some kind of farmer, something to do with soil, but this person knows that if they want to make your flowers grow, okay, that they need to put in the boring work, turning up, weeding, digging, organising, putting manure down. A lot of gardening is not glamorous, but it's a vibrant living thing that somebody cares about. You are a vibrant living thing that somebody cares about, okay? This person is the lock to your key. It's security in a big, big way. Now, you might, in the past, have been fixed quite high on chemistry in relationships because You are an alchemist. I'm getting the magician. It's not on the table, but I'm super getting the magician for you. And maybe it will come up in the extended, okay? If this really resonates with you, there is an extended reading each for all 3 of the readings. It will be the first line in the description box if you want to find it. Okay. I feel like you are representing all of this alchemy, all of this sparkle. And it feels like this person is just your perfect vessel to contain it. They know how to make it grow, but they don't tell you what to do. The Knight of Cups is a beautiful, gentle soul. This person is a beautiful, gentle soul. I love this for you. I love the justice, because this has been needed for years, and the universe has watched you grow. And this is stepping in with some kind of massive clarity for you. And I love that. And this person loves that in you. They don't want to take your place. They don't want to be the sparkle. They're not interested in that. They know it, but it's not their wheelhouse. Their wheelhouse is on the ground. I'm loving the look of 2024 for you. Just make sure you do the work, okay? In the extended reading, I'm going to get a whole different load of decks out. I'm going to look at the other person as well. Some details about best months and best seasons for being out there, for meeting this person, for love. We're going to channel messages as well from this person. And we're going to look, how do they feel, what makes them tick, what's going on. We'll also take a little more look at the shadow side. Okay? So the link for that is in the description box of this YouTube video. I'm going to get another cup of tea and I will see you over there. If not, leave me a comment. Leave me a comment. Tell me how this resonates for you. This is pretty big. I'm excited. Okay? I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, you chose a spoon. This is rather gorgeous, isn't it? When I was putting this out onto the cards, this spoon, I did kind of get a question coming into my head, which was, who's feeding who? So isn't that interesting? I'll tell you why in a minute, because I've just turned over a card that's saying exactly the same thing. Wow, okay. God. Right. I'm going to just set your cards out and then I'm going to show them to you with the other camera. Whoa. Can I just say right at the outset, this is a powerful reading and you have chosen a powerful object. Gosh. Nice. Wow. Well, your love life isn't going to be boring in 2024, that's for sure. God. Okay. Just arrange them so you can see them. Right. I'll be down there in a little box. Right, we'll bring them to zoom in when we need to. The first card I'm going to look at is this one. Reciprocity. Now, when we had the spoon and I was putting it down onto the cards, I thought, who is feeding who? Reciprocity is when it's flowing in two different directions. Both of you are feeding each other. There has been in 2023 for you a big question about who is feeding who. I mean, also I slightly get something about being spoon-fed something. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to start with your shadow card to go with it. We got the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is when somebody comes forward. It can be when there's been nothing for a while, you know, it can be the initial invitation, it can be someone asking you out on a date, it can be even an apology from someone you're in separation with. The Page of Cups is what I like to call the opener. When somebody steps up and says something, they ask something, they want something, you haven't seen them for a while, that kind of thing. There is something here in your reading. Maybe somebody disappeared in 2023. Maybe you had a series of people. You know, that can happen. Sometimes we have like a ghosting season where you just get, you know, 3 different people in a row will then ghost you and you start to think, my God, is it something about me? So there is something here though about wanting someone to come forward and about how this plays out, okay? It's quite complex. Your reading is complex. Your situation is complex. You may already be in a complex relationship already in 2023, okay? Some of you are. You've already met this person. You're already in connection with this person. And no wonder you can't work it out. I mean, God. Okay, so there is something about why hasn't someone come forward? What is keeping this person? Why are they not in my orbit? Why are they not asking me out? Why are they not texting? Whatever it is, the Page of Cups is a shadow card. It may even be that you found that your whole pattern in relationships is that somebody stops texting, or they stop talking, or they stop being there. Right. God. 2024 is where you come of age. I feel like this is something that we're all going to be experiencing, especially in our romantic relationships. It's often in romantic relationships that things like this come up the most, you know, it's the most obvious. This is all to do with power. This is to do with 2 people who are extraordinarily matched. Now, I don't necessarily mean, I'm just looking for my hot water bottle, 1 second. It's really freezing in here. I don't necessarily mean, hang on, I'm just going to go and get it. I'm back. Got my hot water bottle. Here it is. I don't necessarily mean extraordinarily matched, like there is no better match for you in this world, but it's an extraordinary match, as in, oh God, it's got something about it. If you look here, we've got 2 cards. We've got the High Priestess and we've got the Magician, and they've come out next to each other. Very interesting. It's a certain kind of union, it's a certain kind of match when you get those 2 cards coming out next to each other. You know each other at some level already. Some of you, you've already met this person. Others of you, you will meet this person, but you'll feel like you met them already. Okay? There's a lot of destiny here. There could even be like past life energy going on. The High Priestess and the Magician know each other. In the tarot, they live next to each other. They operate differently. High Priestess, the energy is hidden, it's feminine, it's on the inside. It's spoken of in tongues, it's spoken in, vapors, it's spoken in really weird ways. The Magician, we have something completely different, because this person is expressing the same magic, but externally. You can see it. You can see it in front of you. There is a cup bubbling over with stuff. He's got swords that he's holding aloft. He's got a pentacle behind his head. Where's the wand? He's got a wand and a pentacle behind his head. There it is. You've got all 4 suits of the tarot. When you meet this person, you will know. If you haven't met them already, it will not be a quiet thing. It will be more of a explosion. It will be a big deal. Sometimes there's no other way to put it than that. This is going to be a big deal. You may not have been able to find this kind of alchemy before. And that's why it's a big deal. And it doesn't matter what age you are. This is something that is out there. There is a pattern in your relationships of overfeeding. And I either mean that literally, or emotionally. And 2024 is not going to want to sustain that for you. It's not what 2024 is about. Over here, on the Ask Your Guides, we get the Muses. You have several avenues that you can explore, okay? You have lots of things. Maybe you used to be a dancer, or maybe you used to love movement. There's something about you in the physical. You used to do something physical when you were younger, or you long to be a ballerina. I don't know, whatever it is. There's something inside you that wants to get out, and I don't think it's ever got out before in a relationship in the way that gives you real emotional freedom with somebody to find out who you are. Sometimes it takes a certain chemistry with somebody to break that particular, I was going to say break that shell, but what actually came to mind was break that particular rock. Some of you may have a very hard exterior, and you may have built that up. It's like calcified. You've built that up over years of difficulty, I think. You may also have been attracted to, what was the other one that I did? The other one, the ring, as well. And you may think, why am I attracted to both? Well, okay. There are a lot of pitfalls with this person, and there are a lot of delights. It's not a sleepy relationship. This is not, we're going to be just good friends for ages and then suddenly look at each other over our cornflakes and know that you're the one. This is a person that you could meet suddenly. It's also a person you could reunite with suddenly from the past. It has this feeling about it. It has this feeling of destiny about it. This is a person you could meet, and you know when you meet them, and you just know there's something about it. I can't explain it, but you are going to know. Okay, either literally or metaphorically, it's like, I know you. It's like looking in a mirror, even though they're different, and seeing yourself. And you may have already experienced this. God. Okay. By the way, if this really resonates, there will be an extended reading that is for each of the 3 objects. Okay. The link will be below in the description box. So if you get to the end and it really resonates, then that's for you. You will be scared of a relationship with this person. You are both quite scared of intimacy. You may think that you're not scared of intimacy because you are the one who's pushing for it more. Maybe in previous relationships, maybe in this relationship, And yet you are both doing some kind of a dance where you're both quite scared. And you should be. You know, you're not wrong. I'm just trying to get some light in. You're not wrong about this. You're not wrong to be scared. It is like stepping onto a roller coaster, this relationship. The rewards will be very high, but it's whether you can ride out the lows in this one and what stage you're at in your life, whether you want the slings and arrows and the excitement, quite honestly, that this can offer you. It is exciting. When these two are in the same place, sparks fly. Things happen. This is a person where you're going to be able to like read each other's minds. If it's a person you've been in separation from, you can feel them, you dream about them, they dream about you. The Five of Swords is in play, okay? So we have the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is Venus in Aquarius. Venus in Aquarius, which I also have myself, is an ability to detach from emotions. Both of you at times will need, this is such a powerful connection, that both of you at times will need to detach from the sheer chemistry of it, from the sheer volatility of it, and from the excitement of it. For some reason I'm seeing the Hermit, even though the Hermit isn't on the table. That might be in the extended. It's certainly in the background, okay? Notice we've got the Devil here and we've got fire. We've got the Five of Pentacles where they're making a fire. It's just them against the world. And this is the feeling of you and them against the world. Fire is big, could be to do with the fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or just the chemistry of fire. There is a sense here of something being reborn, something being restarted, something being a phoenix rising from the ashes. You will always feel like you don't know this person and you know them entirely, both at the same time. There could be some Gemini energy here as well, because Geminis have this ability, and Aquarians, to be two different people at the same time. This energy is your challenge, this Devil energy, to both of you. You awaken it in both of you. It's physical attraction, like off the charts. In this, the Five of Pentacles, where there is always an element of two people being out in the snow, cutting their own path, you and this person at some point in 2024, it will just be you two. And others will wonder where you went. But you will want nothing but to spend time with this person. Now, whether that's entirely a good thing, you might not care. Let's face it, you might not care. And you couldn't be blamed for that, honestly. This kind of energy is very hard to put down. We also get here, and I love this, the unmarked trail. Revelation. You and this person are revealed to each other over a series of months. There may also be a series of dates or a series of events or a series of moons. It's important for you to keep track of the full moon and new moon cycle, and you can do that through any kind of app that you can get, or you can look it up for free on Google or buy a moon diary like I do. You know, it's whatever your choice. The new moon is when you will make the most progress with this person. The new moon is when you need to manifest with this person and put your dreams out there. And the full moon is when you let go of any insecurity it may bring up in you. This is love brings up anything unlike itself to be healed, A Course in Miracles. This is the kind of love that at times can walk a tightrope, which is interesting. You may not consider yourself to be the type of person that would ever get up on a tightrope. I'm just going to put this across because the sun can't make its mind up today. Okay, so there will be a time when you're in some kind of hideaway situation with this person, taking some time out from society. Maybe this is like, it can almost be a mini break, like a log cabin or somewhere that is a bit out in the sticks. I like this. You want to get to know each other better, but we also have the Queen of Swords in play as well. The Queen of Swords is you when you've got your boundaries in a really, really good place. This person, you will test each other's boundaries. It can't be helped because both of you have something around intimacy that you find difficult. It's about self-confidence, it's about your shared histories, it's about wanting to go along this trail and wanting the revelation, but also wanting to know how it turns out. And you're not going to know how this turns out. Not straight away. It's like trying to read the end of a book. You just ruin it. But you're going to want to. Now, either of you might also want to sabotage this. Sometimes when things are scary and we've got enough self-confidence, we can just say it. We can say that we're scared about something. We can put it out there and it's okay. Sometimes when we're in a very powerful connection with somebody and when we have trauma from the past, it can trigger that trauma in each other. And there can be a dance of hiding and showing up and hiding and showing up. You can avoid that if you work on your boundaries. You must have good boundaries with each other. You can't tell them what boundaries to have. Therefore, these boundaries are the ones that you have. That could make this work really well. It's like fire. You can't just let it spread. It might want to, and it's in its nature to do that, obviously. But you can't let that happen because you don't want to be the big kind of, I suppose, danger of this relationship is being consumed by it. It's a delicious feeling, okay? It's chemistry. But also, you want to try and keep it a bit on the down low. Think of it in terms of a fire. If you get a load of paper and card, and I'm not suggesting you do this in real life, and you throw it on a fire, you get loads of flames really, really quickly. It's amazing. It looks great. You're like, wow, look at that. Within minutes, really, it burns out. If you build a proper fire, and, if you've got a log burner and you can put the oxygen down a bit, it can keep you going all night, maybe to the next day. Bit like this with the Five of Pentacles. Fire is a big deal in your relationship, full stop. I wonder if this person could work for the fire service. Do you know what I mean? It feels like you will need your sense of detachment. You will need your mechanisms for safety. But at the same time, frankly, you're not going to be able to resist each other. So this is YouTube, so I'm going to have to cover up the bottom of this card. That's how saucy it is. This is the card you get, sensuality. Okay, this is a person who can really light your fire in more ways than one. Okay, but we also get connection. And I love this card for you. There is no better connection than what you're feeling with this person. It's lovely. And there's the sun coming up. You may go on holiday with this person, because this is very much celebrating something, being on holiday, a lot of romance around it. This is a relationship that could be very dramatic and romantic. And then we get the net caster. Preparations come to fruition. You have been asking for this person. Whether you've been asking for reunion or whether you've been asking for somebody who really, really, lights your fire, here they are. Okay? I'm feeling like this could start in March. I don't know why. I feel like you could meet, or this could erupt in March, go down again, and then come back again in August in 2024. I know, it's mad, isn't it? In the extended reading, gosh, in the extended reading, I'm going to look at the High Priestess, the Magician together. I'm also going to look at the shadow side of the Devil. We look in the extended reading at times and dates and seasons and signs, okay? And also we do cards for your person and channel messages from your person, and also look at your own shadow side too. We got our work cut out in the extended for this one. We're going to get down to it, okay? If you want to join me there, if this really resonates, that is a link in the description box. If not, leave me a comment about this, okay? If you feel you can, because some of you are not going to want to, it may be a bit private, but if you can, share a comment about this. I'm very intrigued and I read all my comments. So yes, I'm going to get another cup of tea. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, those of you that chose this gorgeous little bottle. Really beautiful. It's like an old perfume bottle or something like that. I also notice that it's multifaceted, okay? It has many angles to it. What do we need? Oh, no wonder we got that card for you. Okay, God. This is very interesting. You're probably an empath because, yeah, absolutely. Water is big in your reading, okay? Oh my God, it's huge in your reading. Wow. Okay. I'll use the camera in a minute, which shows you the cards. I'm just going to pick up a couple. Wow, that's so nice. Right. First card I'm going to look at for you is this, moon cycles. Now, of course, when we're talking water, we're talking tides and the moon. The sea is very significant for you as well in 2024 where romance is concerned, okay? You could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You could be dealing with a water sign or just have your moon in a water sign. It's very important for you to track moon cycles. You can do this. I use a moon diary. You can do it on an app. You could do it just Googling it, or get an old school calendar, where it's all written out. Depends. Do whatever you like. There's loads of different things you can do for that. This is a very subliminal card. Everything is below the surface. There's something here waiting that hasn't been born yet. And I like the look of it, to be honest with you. This is special. It feels romantic, but in quite a deep sense rather than a Hallmark card kind of a sense. It's also about measuring your year in 2024 by the moon cycles and by the eclipses. So have a look at when the full moon eclipses are. Okay, I haven't got my moon diary. It's over there for 2024. So, but you can just Google it and it will come up. Full moon lunar eclipses 2024. Mark those times in your diary because they're going to be important. Okay. The moon is also quite moody. You know, it rules Cancerians, and Cancerians change a lot with the moon. The moon can make us all quite nebulous, quite mysterious. There's something here about, I don't want to call it unconditional love, but unconditional love is out there. The word is, I've just said it, the word is around, okay? Also, this bottle with all its different ways that you can see things, the refraction, the sort of crystal element to it, very important. If you are looking to bring in a particular relationship, crystals may work very well for you, okay? You don't have to have a particularly amazing knowledge of it. You could just, there's someone called like Judith Hall, I think she's called, who does quite inexpensive books, and I'm not connected with her, I can't even do her name properly, but they're good, like the Bible of Crystals or the Handbook of Crystals or something like that. The Crystal Bible, I think, which just shows you them. But crystals could really work really well with them, like earrings, a pendant, something like that. Those of you that are very into crystals, use your knowledge because you're on the money there. It can really help with your love life. Let's have a look at your cards. If this resonates, there is always an extended reading for each reading, okay? So if it really does ring your bell, it will be in the description box. There's a link and you can find it there. What we do in that reading is we take these cards and we go really, really deep. We channel messages from your person. We look at the shadow side, what's going on, and the best times and dates for success, okay? Right. Can you see these three at the top? I love this. This is a triptych, okay? This trio go together for you, and there's something here, and I believe if we look at the last full moon of 2023, that's very important for you. So I can tell you when that one is because my diary does go to then. Okay, oh lovely, of course, that's interesting. So December the 27th, Chiron goes direct and there's a full moon in Cancer. Isn't that strange? Because we did mention that. Okay. Chiron going direct as well means that a period of time that you have had, if you chose the glass bottle, which was difficult and painful, starts to turn as we move into the new year. And I like that for you a lot, because this wailing tree of reconciliations, it's really interesting because it has somebody's face in the trunk. Can you see that there? But also you get with it the vanishing mirror, which is about looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing yourself new, almost seeing yourself without any ego for the first time. This is a trial. You have had difficult times with this. 2023 has not been outstanding for you, and I'm trying not to I'm trying to be subtle about it, but I can see you're like, yeah, Sherlock, of course. It's not been great to you, and probably you're quite glad to kiss it goodbye or kick it up the backside, whatever you want to do. But what happened to you in 2023 is still very valuable as to how your love life goes in 2024. This wailing tree of reconciliations is you reconciling something that split you apart in some way. Something that I think was a big grief. It does look like grief to me, actually, this tree. It's not what she says in the book about it, but it's what I see. There is grief and there is moontide, and I don't really know how those two fit together, but we're going to know. Now, the vanishing mirror is where you can look into this mirror, and instead of seeing yourself as 2023 would have seen you, you now can see yourself without ego, just as you see you. And I love that. It really works for you, okay? It's a chance for you to somehow cut ties with some of the miserable energy that you experienced in 2023. Leave me a comment in the comment section if it's not too private, obviously, because I'm very intrigued as to what happened to you in 2023. This isn't just about relationships. This is like, it's like, you know, like when people say you had your annus horribilis. Yeah. This is real deep stuff coming up here. Now, the universe wants you to be able to move into 2024 without this burden, without this smoke, without this fire. And instead, in water. Water is refreshing. It changes. The tides, they never stay the same. You don't have to be forever stuck in this energy. And you don't have to work hard to make this happen. All you need to do is be willing to look into the mirror and make no judgment about what you see. You also get the Holy Spirit card of grace, and this is about guides that can support you. And this is literally the universe saying to you, it's weird because it kind of says remember when you were born, but most people can't remember when they were born. Remember why you were born, and that you were born to play, and that this is very important in 2024, and it's important about your love life as much as it is important about other things. So be willing to be a blank sheet. Be willing to rewrite your story, or actually to write it from scratch. As a side issue, this is a love reading, but if you've ever thought about writing a book, now's your moment. 2023, yes. 2024, sorry. 2023, no. 2023, oh my God, I can't even say it. You know what I'm meaning. 2024, if you feel like writing a book, don't be afraid of the blank page. You are a blank page in 2024. It's the best time, okay? And then here we get your love card, we get worthiness. Some of you have been looking at self-help in some way about becoming stronger as a person. You may not have managed it in 2023 because, hey, who's going to have the time to become stronger when the tree's on fire? Do you know what I'm saying? You're not going to. So please don't be hard on yourself about what you may see as lack of progress, okay? It's not lack of progress. It's just a bad year, okay? This worthiness is really important. It is the key to your love life in 2024. It's the key to what happens. It's the key to why it happens. And it's the key to who it happens with. Now, you have some very interesting tarot cards, but I'm going to look at your shadow card also first. King of Wands. This will divide you. Some of you, this is somebody who is a player. And you may feel you went too far, you wasted too much time, you put too many eggs in this person's basket, whatever it is. So for some of you, this is about, and it could be years ago this, but it's somebody who turned out to be a player. This is not the energy we want to bring into 2024. So this is just a warning sign from the universe about one of your exes, probably. The universe is saying you do have the potential to be writing a sequel. Don't write a sequel, start a new story. Okay? Now, I'm loving your cards here. How could I not? You're kicking off with the Two of Cups. There's something about purity here. The blossom, the Venus in Cancer, which is what the Two of Cups is. Two people exchanging cups. They're looking right at each other. They're right where they want to be at the right time. I feel like for you, there has been a couple of things. There's been the right person at the wrong time. There's also been a poison chalice for a few of you. You know, what's your poison? I'm getting as well. We all stumble into shadow relationships like that from time to time. Everybody does it. It's part of being a human. You do need to forgive yourself for what happened in that relationship. Even if, you know, someone else treated you very badly, you're still beating yourself up about it for some reason. This is something different. This is a different energy. This is a beautiful energy that goes on, and I love this for you. It's gorgeous. Then we have the Hanged Man to go with it. Again, we've got somebody diving down into the ocean to retrieve something. I think it's a pearl. Now, it doesn't say, but I'm thinking it's a pearl. I like this. You could be meeting someone who's a sailor. There's a whole mermaid mystery thing going on here that I really, really like. It could literally be meeting someone in a town that has a river in it, a sea. Something to do with the water and space and time is very, very lucky for you. This is a complete union. And I hate it when people say this, but it's intimacy. They look at each other, and for the first time, they see each other properly for who they are, not who they were written to be. Big channeling for you there. The Hanged Man necessarily means that when you meet this person or when this particular love bubbles up for you, there will be a natural pause in the beginning or in the first part of it. When you get the Hanged Man energy, know that the universe knows exactly what it's doing. It's very important because the universe doesn't want you to go into this relationship still processing whatever that was. This is a pure thing. Old baggage, you know, these two are not exchanging cups with a load of old baggage that they've just chucked on the floor. That's not happening. These two are coming to each other just as they are. The Hanged Man is a natural slowing of events. So don't question it if that happens. You've got the Queen of Cups. This represents you, whether you're a water sign or not. Queen of Cups is coming in, and the Queen of Cups is all about, it's like a kind of minor arcana high priestess. You may have been attracted to the spoon reading, for the reading that had a silver spoon. Queen of Cups is someone who scries, so she sees the future with a crystal ball. She stares into the cup. Usually it's in the water that she sees it. Your luck is in the water. Your love life is by the water. It's a very strange feeling. I don't normally get that. For some of you, this could be a reunion, but be careful, okay? And I say that because we've got Judgment over here. And Judgment is the Back to the Future card. There is something about the past to do with this. It doesn't have to mean it's someone you already know, but it might be. But also, this love fixes the past by letting it go. More channeling. This is very channely for you. You're a very channely person if you chose this reading. Okay, you're somebody who definitely can get by on your hunches. Your intuition is good. Your self-esteem might need some work, which is very, very common in people who channel and people who are empaths, because people can tend to stomp on you a bit. 5 of Cups is here. Important thing to note as a tarot reader, and this is just my thing. When I see the 5 of Cups, it's obviously sorrow. Okay, so somebody is having to process some difficult emotions. We kind of know this from the Wailing Tree up here. If the 2 of Cups comes up in the same reading, then this is great news. Because the 5 of Cups very often has 3 cups down, 2 cups sort of behind the person. They can't see them. You do need to do some work on releasing, and I would release around the full moon cycle. So in other words, release when the moon is full. It's the traditional time anyway, but it's going to be 10 times better for you than anyone else. Four of Pentacles. There is a need for you to not merge too soon with this person. It will be very tempting because your energy is actually very sweet together. And it's very gentle. But remember that Hanged Man says, don't move too fast with this. It's too delicate and it's too good. You know, it's too sweet to spoil. But so at the same time, when you get the 4 of Pentacles, it's Sun in Capricorn. And Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of boundaries and being sensible and doing things gradually. And all the things we don't want to do. Do you know what I mean? If Saturn saw you with a packet of biscuits, it would quietly take 2 out and then put the rest away in a Tupperware container, which it would carefully seal and label and put in the cupboard. You know it's right, but it can be a bit of a bore or a bit laborious or just difficult. But just know that in all this very swirly, swimmy, watery, beautiful, lovely energy that you're going to have with this situation, this person, and also look for the water sign months as well. So God, I'm going to have to try and think what they are. February to March is Pisces. June to into July is Cancer. And October the 20th into November the 20th-ish is Scorpio. I remembered them. I'm actually quite surprised about that. And then here we get, this is rather nice. I mean, this is really sweet, actually. It's like your 2 of Cups. There is a compatibility with this person. You have your shadows, and I am going to look at those in the extended reading. Okay, I'm going to look at what's going on here, what you need to let go of during that full moon. We'll also look at your person, channel messages from your person. Look at what the delay could be. What do we need to let go of in the 5 of Cups? And where does judgment come into it? And how can you build your self-worth? We're also going to look at seasons and times and how to recognize this, what I would call great love, actually. It's a very sweet love. It's like childhood sweetheart love. It's like the Six of Cups. Maybe that will come up in the extended. But it's a very quiet and beautiful. You've got the grace card of Holy Spirit. This is a beautiful thing. You've had a really rough year in 2023. You can expect a lot better of 2024, okay? If you want to join me for the extended, the link is in the description box. Otherwise, leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonated with you. I read all my comments. I reply to as many as I can. And I'll see you on the other side. Namaste.